Hi there, my name is Ahmed. I am a director, previously a manager who oversaw 40 engineers. Every now and then, I go to the subreddit managers and find other problems being faced by other managers and help them out. What I really like to do is open up the subreddit, scroll down and see an interesting problem that I would like to provide my feedback on and maybe help out the person who posted this problem. So let's see here. How to handle disliking one of your direct reports. That seems very interesting. I think that's a common problem that many managers might face. I've been managing my team for about 10 years. For the last few years, I've had a direct report that I just really dislike. I've really been trying to just put it aside, but I sit with my team and happen to sit right next to this person, and it's been a real struggle. Part of it is a performance issue. Being generally lazy, spending 1.5 hours sitting in the bathroom throughout the day. Ooh, that's not a good thing. Snacking all day. Okay, so they're slacking. However, they are reliable, and I would give the quality of work around C plus B minus. So that's very interesting. Why would you say they are reliable even though the grade seems to be maybe around average, maybe slightly even less than average? For me, a B is an average. So that's interesting, being called or labeling this direct report that they dislike as being reliable, even though the grade does not seem to be that reliable, or the quality of their work at least. They have a young child, so I feel bad terminating, but without any sort of improvement after many conversations, I'm a bit lost and starting to hate coming into my office. First of all, personally, when I see a bad performance, I don't take it personally. I just see it as a bad performance and I try to tackle every problem that I face logically. I only bring emotions to the table or to our conversations when the issue itself isn't an emotional one that the employee needs me to engage with to show compassion or empathy towards them, essentially. In this case, I wouldn't be emotional about it at all. Yes, I would feel bad if the decision came to terminate this employee, but aside from that, it's purely logical, again, in my perspective. So why is it logical? How would I tackle this problem? So the first step is don't take it personally. View it as a mathematical problem, maybe, if that makes it easier for you to tackle it logically without bringing your emotions to this situation. The second thing would be your perspective when looking at this problem. I see a performance issue as something that I need to tackle ASAP before it really impacts the morale of the team and the culture that I would like to have within my team. So when I tolerate a bad performance from one person, it might send indirectly maybe a message to the rest of the team that I can tolerate that. Especially, and I cannot emphasize this enough, if I sat down with that employee multiple times telling them, hey, this is not acceptable, or the quality of the work is below expectations and we need to do something about it. If I did that multiple times, and that quality of work has not improved, then I'm not only telling this employee that I'm going to tolerate this, I'm telling the rest of the team that I'm going to tolerate this. And as a manager, from my point of view, this is unacceptable because eventually it will impact the output of my team, which essentially I'm responsible for within my organization. So that's my perspective about bad performance within my team and why I try to prioritize this as soon as possible. The third thing is, what should I do with this employee, especially after I talked to them several times? Well, the question here that begs itself is, have you involved HR and let them know about this situation? Were they part of those discussions? Or maybe not. If not, it's time to engage with them. Maybe not with the employee at first. Engage with them privately. Say, hey, I'm facing this situation. I've spoken with them, but there's no improvements. What should I do? Or maybe if you don't want to go to HR yet, maybe speak with the direct report, see what's the root cause of this issue. Or for whatever reason, if you feel like that quality of work is acceptable and they are reliable in multiple ways that you might not have mentioned here, and you would like to keep them, then either you just accept the situation as it is, which I don't recommend, because again, it's going to impact the rest of the team, or engage with them further and understand the root cause, all right? And not only understand the root cause, but most importantly, understand what is their desire with work, what's their relationship with work. Are they driven? Would they like to grow? Do they take their work seriously and their career seriously? Or do they just want to cruise by, earn a salary because work is just not the thing that they're passionate about? It's something that they just do, it's part of their life to get an earning and just go home. And as a result, depending on what's their perspective about their work. If they would like to take it seriously, then there's something preventing them from taking it seriously. If that's the case, help them resolve that. If they don't take it seriously and work is not, the thing that they're actually driven about, maybe that employee is not meant for you or cut out for your organization. But the idea here is not terminating people who are not passionate. The idea here is terminating people who are not meeting expectations. Again, don't terminate them yet. That's up to HR. They need to understand the full situation and what you have done and what was the result of your efforts. They might engage further with the employee, understand what's the process given the whole situation. My idea about any leadership position is that your first purpose is business continuity. And that means that your team has to perform so that the business can continue. Otherwise, without that performance, we're talking about having a financial impact on the continuity of that business, and eventually maybe no one will have a job, starting with your team. And which is why managers have to make that tough call, because the impact of one single individual can go to be a larger impact on the organization. And your direct reports need to understand that. You have to tell them, if you decide to sit down with them as one last attempt to solve this issue, you have to tell them, hey, eventually this might happen. You might get terminated. I don't want that to be the case. I would like to help you out and see what we can do to improve your performance. I would love for you to keep your job. I don't want you to be terminated. That's not something I would love for to happen. And what can we do about the situation? That might actually force them to understand, oh, wow, there's actually a consequence to my bad performance, and I need to actually, fix my performance and improve it. So communicate that with your direct report. Be very honest about the consequences and your desire not to get to that point, and to work it out together, and so that they can meet that expectation, and to avoid that, hopefully it never happens, termination. What about you? What would you do if you had a direct report that was not performing? I don't know if you guys agree with me. Would love to know if somebody has a different opinion or approach.